It's time to play fortune teller once more.
I look to see Buffalo, the Rams, in the Super Bowl in Arizona. Super Bowl 57 to be exact.
Last year, we ran a list where we projected the next 5 Super Bowl matchups and champions. But so much has changed in the 12 months between then and now. So here's a look at our new projections for the next 5 Super Bowl matchups and their winners. Super Bowl 57. Green Bay Packers versus Buffalo Bills. The odds-on favorites to win it all versus the team that has constantly underachieved in the postseason for a decade and counting. That's how we see things playing out for Super Bowl 57. Under GM Brandon Beane and head coach Sean McDermott, the Bills have set the golden standard for how to rebuild properly. This team went from 2 decades of irrelevance to suddenly morphing into a bona fide Super Bowl contender.
It's morphin' time!
The Packers have been in contention practically every single year under Aaron Rodgers. But even the world's greatest minds would have a hard time explaining how A-Rod has missed the Super Bowl every year since the Packers' 2010 championship season. With Tom Brady out of the division, the Bills have claimed the AFC East throne for themselves. And if the Kansas City Chiefs aren't the team to beat in the conference, it's Buffalo. Allen, Stephon Diggs, James Cook, and Gabriel Davis round out a very potent offense. Adding future Hall of Famer Von Miller and lockdown corner Kaiir Elam to the league's top defense from a year ago should make this unit even more dangerous. Not to mention the return of a healthy Tre'Davious White. Seriously, who in the AFC is going to stop these guys? Fortunately for Green Bay, the NFC looks relatively weaker in the short term as fellow conference contenders like the Los Angeles Rams, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Arizona Cardinals, and Dallas Cowboys all lost key pieces in the offseason. No more Devontae Adams certainly hurts, but Christian Watson is more than capable of stepping up as the new #1 wideout. Plus, the Packers have always performed fine without Adams, and their rock-solid defense added Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt, and they will happily welcome back a healthy J.R. Alexander. And come on now, don't you think Rodgers is sort of due for some postseason bounces for once? Tom Brady went on to win 4 rings after going 10 years between #3 and #4. Peyton Manning had to wait 9 years to win his second and final ring. Simply put, this is a battle of perhaps the 2 most well-balanced teams in the league. Both have the makings to field the #1 offense and the #1 defense. But only one of them can win it all. And the winner is the Buffalo Bills. Make no mistake, the Packers are loaded on both sides of the ball, but the arrival of Miller gives Buffalo one extra game changer who can always save his best for the postseason. Secondly, the Bills just have way too many weapons for Green Bay's defense to slow down. Alexander could absolutely limit Diggs, but who's gonna get after Allen? What about slowing down Davis Cook and Dawson Knox? We also like the Bills secondary to hold up against a Green Bay receiving unit that no longer has the best wideout in the league. The Packers keep it close because it's Aaron Rodgers and all, but it's time for Buffalo to celebrate following decades of sports misery. Final score, Bills 27, Packers 23. Super Bowl 58, Kansas City Chiefs versus Los Angeles Rams. We were so close to getting this matchup in Super Bowl 53 and 56. Alas, it finally happens. Everyone has been clamoring for a Chiefs-Rams Super Bowl since their epic 2018 Monday night game that saw LA sneak out a 54-51 home win. The thing is, the Rams are even better now with a healthy Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford running the show instead of Jared Goff. Not much needs to be said about the Chiefs that hasn't already been said. 4 years of Patrick Mahomes, 4 AFC title games, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and 1 ring. They've been unfortunate in their 3 playoff losses under Mahomes, but a rebuilt defense and a deeper set of weapons will set them up nicely for long-term playoff success. The Rams' Super Bowl window remains wide open, with Stafford, Kupp, Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald, Bobby Wagner, and Allen Robinson all under contract long-term. Sean McVay is one of the best coaches in the game, and trust us, the dude isn't going to lose his offensive wizardry overnight. This is a battle between 2 potent offenses that are also complemented by opportunistic defenses. Who comes out victorious in the battle of the longtime NFL heavyweights? The Kansas City Chiefs. The Rams certainly have the better defense on paper, but the core will be a little older up to this point. Kansas City has a top-tier offensive line that is more than capable of not letting Aaron Donald completely take over the game. Kansas City won't be overly reliant on Tyreek Hill anymore. They'll have Travis Kelce, Sky Moore, Marquez Valdes-Scantling, and other weapons to make up for Hill's absence. Jalen Ramsey will still be in his prime, but the Rams probably won't have the depth to match up with KC's deep set of pass catchers. This figures to be a thrilling back-and-forth shootout. But by this point, we're betting that Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense will be a step ahead of Stafford and company. In the battle of teams with elite QBs who are both searching for ring number 2, Kansas City comes out on top 31-28. Super Bowl 59, San Francisco 49ers versus Cincinnati Bengals. These two teams met in Super Bowl 16 and 23 in the 80s, with Joe Montana and the 49ers coming out on top both times. We nearly got Cincy versus San Fran Part 3 in last year's Super Bowl, but the 49ers dropped a heartbreaker to the Rams in the NFC Championship game. The Bengals enjoyed a rapid rebuild by reuniting LSU stars Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. The Cincinnati offense quickly reached another dimension in 2021, and Lou Anarumo's defense unexpectedly transformed into one of the NFL's very best. All Cincy needed to do was rebuild a horrific O-line following that Super Bowl 56 loss to the Rams. And they did just that with the arrivals of Ted Karras, Alex Kappa, and Lael Collins. Now, they are set to make another run at the Lombardi Trophy. The 49ers have grown into one of the NFC's top heavyweights under Kyle Shanahan. Their rushing game is near the top every year, and the defense is always dangerous thanks to their potent pass rush. By the 2024 season, Trey Lance will have firmly established himself as the franchise quarterback. With George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, a deep backfield, and hopefully Deebo Samuel still in the fold, the 49ers offense will be a top-tier group. And on the other side of the ball, Fred Warner and Nick Bosa are all the 49ers need to know they'll be in good hands long term. So, do the 49ers add the long-awaited 6th Super Bowl to their trophy room, or does Cincinnati complete some sweet revenge by defeating San Fran in the big game more than 3 decades after their last Super Bowl meeting? Well, we're going with the Bengals to win this matchup. It often comes down to the better quarterback, and by 2024, Burrow will be the top 5 guy at the position. It's hard to project if Lance will be elite, Pro Bowl caliber, or just alright. But the Bengals simply have the better pieces on offense, and that's what usually determines the outcome in such close games. After going 5-0 in their first 5 Super Bowl trips, the 49ers will drop their 3rd straight appearance in the big game. Cincy finally ends its long and painful drought by bringing the Lombardi Trophy to the Queen of the West. Final score, 34-24. Super Bowl 60, Buffalo Bills versus Philadelphia Eagles. Don't look now, but Howie Roseman has slowly but surely rebuilt the Philadelphia Eagles into a bona fide championship contender. Is Jalen Hurts the long-term answer at QB? Well, that remains to be seen, but the likes of Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Dallas Goedert ensure that the offense will remain prolific for years to come, regardless of who's behind center. The defense is locked and loaded with run-stopping force Jordan Davis and 2022 third-rounder Nakobe Dean leading the charge. Graham, Fletcher Cox, and Darius Slay will likely be long gone by the time Super Bowl 60 comes around, but we trust Roseman to fill those vacant holes on defense, like he always has. And by this time, Tom Brady will most certainly be gone. Perhaps even Aaron Rodgers, too. Dak Prescott won't be young anymore. Kyler Murray may be out of Arizona. The Rams will also be old, so the long-term NFC outlook is sure looking bright for Philly, which is why we like them winning the NFC in the 2025 season. As for the Bills, well, what more can we tell you about them? We already mentioned earlier how they're perfectly set up to compete for the long run. Watching Allen, Burrow, and Mahomes challenge for AFC supremacy is gonna be epic, alright. But we like the Bills' chances of winning multiple conference titles over the next few years the most. Allen and Hurts would put on a show with their dazzling dual-threat games. But who wins Lombardi Trophy number 2 first? Well, we project the winner to be the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles have a loaded front 7 and too many speedy weapons that can catch Buffalo's defense off guard. Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde will likely be long gone, and who knows how much Von Miller will have left in the tank at this point, if he's even playing at all. Hurts and the Eagles bring the Lombardi Trophy back to Philly after an 8-year wait. Final score, Eagles 24, Bills 20. Super Bowl 61, Detroit Lions versus Los Angeles Chargers. Wouldn't this be a fun matchup? Two of the most snake-bitten North American professional sports franchises, both of whom have never won the Super Bowl, squaring off in an epic battle to end a lengthy championship drought once and for all. Don't laugh now, but Dan Campbell's Lions are really onto something. TJ Hawkinson, Jamison Williams, Penei Sewell, and Aiden Hutchinson are long-term pieces to build a championship foundation around. And trust us, the Lions aren't done adding more superstars to this promising core. Jared Goff won't be the quarterback in Detroit by this time. Bryce Young or CJ Stroud, anyone? A new QB and a couple more defensive game changers will elevate the Lions to Super Bowl contention. Not to mention that Aaron Rodgers could be retired by then. As for the Chargers, well, their Super Bowl window has only started to open under superstar QB Justin Herbert. With names like Joey Bosa, Rashawn Slater, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson, Khalil Mack, and Asante Samuel Jr. on the roster, it's hard to find a much better core in the entire NFL. Not all these guys will be with the Chargers come Super Bowl 61, but most should be. So, who's celebrating their first ever Super Bowl triumph? Winner, Detroit Lions. Sorry, Bolts fans, but the long-term pain and heartbreak doesn't end just yet. The Lions are building a scrappy and nasty in-your-face team, which is the recipe to beating a speedy, skilled team like the Chargers. By the 2026 season, Detroit will have more offensive weapons, an elite-level quarterback, and hopefully a fierce defense that can propel them to the next level. Hutchinson, Williams, and Sewell will be stars for the Lions by then, so it's easier to project them as the champion here. Detroit wins the big one by a final score of 26-23, bringing the Lions' rebuilding since 1957 joke to a conclusion. Congrats to the Motor City faithful, you have truly earned this. But who do you think will win each of the next 5 Super Bowl games? Join us in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.